Professor the Honourable Robert Ducey, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Cooperation and African Integration of the Republic of Togo, Honourable Ministers, Your Excellency Secretary General Gomes, Your Excellency Dr. Mukisha Kitui, Secretary General of UNCTAD, Mrs. Bridget Radebe, Executive Chairperson of Macau Mining in South Africa, Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, good morning, bonjour. I bring you warm greetings from the Most Honourable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, the government and people of Jamaica. I'm indeed delighted to be here and consider it an honour to be presiding over the affairs of our 107th Council session. Please allow me to state how proud we are to have you amongst us today, Professor Ducey. Your presence here with us, in spite of your very full agenda, attests to the high priority your esteemed self, the Togolese Republic, and the West Africa region as a whole accords to the ACP Group. Je vous remercie d'être ici avec nous.
Thank you for being with us, Minister.
In the same vein, please allow me, Foreign Minister, to express our sincere appreciation through you to His Excellency President Nyasimbe, the government, and the people of the Togolese Republic for kindly offering to host this 107th session of the ACP Council of Ministers in the beautiful and historic city of Lomé. Lomé is, of course, deeply steeped in the history of the ACP Group, as well as our relations with our European partners, being the venue for the signing ceremony of the very first accord between ACP countries and the then European Economic Community. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, our 107th Council session comes at a time when many of our member states are facing serious challenges, be they natural or man-made. The pressing security challenges in several of our member states in Africa, the vexed question of migration, as well as the devastating effects of climate change in the Caribbean and Pacific, pose serious threats to the achievement of the growth and development goals we have set ourselves, as well as those to which we have subscribed globally. Elsewhere, significant fluctuations in the world market price of oil and other commodities exported by ACP countries have resulted in revenue shortfalls and budget deficits that threaten the stated development objectives of our member states in the short and medium term. We also have within our territories large youth populations, a daunting reminder of the need to employ them so as to maximize their contribution to our societies, as well as to address the urgent need to fight the scourges of radicalization and terrorism in all their manifestations. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, notwithstanding these indisputable challenges, we all have good reason for hope and optimism. On the political front, many of our countries have successfully held elections recently at the presidential, legislative, and local government levels, effecting stable democratic transfers of power. On the economic front, many of our countries are actively implementing reforms, giving rise to green shoots of growth for some, and economies in full bloom for others. Furthermore, those same vulnerable young people I just spoke about in need of employment are also a great resource, a body of future entrepreneurs, a great potential source of creative energy and innovation, only waiting to be harnessed by visionary leaders. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, the convening of the 107th ACP Council session at this juncture can only be described as critical, coming as it does at a time when our group is poised to take major decisions regarding its future, specifically in relation to a successor agreement to the current Cotonou Partnership Agreement with the European Union. Reflections on the future of this important relationship have been underway since the 7th summit of our heads of state and government in Sipopo, Equatorial Guinea, in December 2012. Since last year, however, our Committee of Ambassadors, with the technical support of our Secretariat, has been seized with the finalization of preparatory activities for the start of negotiations with the EU for a post-Cotonou agreement. due to formally commence by this August at the latest. Indeed, our Council of Ministers, just this last Sunday, had a first-hand examination of the work undertaken by our Committee of Ambassadors in preparing a draft negotiating mandate for post-Cotonou. We salute their efforts, the high quality of which permitted an endorsement by special session on Sunday for approval today. In addition, at our 105th Council session in May last year, we instructed our ambassadors to undertake a review of our Constitutive Act, the Georgetown Agreement, in order to bring it in line with 21st century realities and to make it fit for purpose to better serve the evolving aspirations and priorities of our member states. Of particular importance is the need to reinforce cooperation amongst ourselves as ACP member states, diversifying our partnerships in addition to the European Union, opening possibilities for new like-minded members, enhancing our financial self-reliance, and making our institutions leaner and more efficient. I'm reliably informed that we will be receiving a status update from our ambassadors on this important assignment. Finally, our 107th Council session will receive reports from the Ministerial Consultations on Commodities as well as the Ministerial Committee on Development Finance Cooperation, among others. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, in concluding, please allow me to thank the Chair of the Committee of Ambassadors, my own compatriot, Her Excellency Mrs. Sheila Sealy-Monteith, as well as each and every member of the Committee of Ambassadors as a whole, for the hard work undertaken to implement the decisions we made during our previous sessions. Our appreciation also extends to the staff members of the Secretariat, led by Secretary General Gomes, who continue to provide the technical support that is indispensable for the Committee of Ambassadors to implement our decisions. I'm reliably informed that once again they have worked tirelessly to prepare for our Council meeting. We truly appreciate their efforts. Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, as you can see, we have a full agenda ahead of us. So I will wrap up with a quote I wish to share. The vision must be followed by the venture. It is not enough to stare at the steps. We must step up the steps. And if I may add, the time to step up the stairs is now. Excellencies, I thank you.